This week is 3 shop days of turning rough timber into useful stuff. I finished the little square table and get the second planter box over the line. And try cutting table leg tapers on the table saw for the first time. Then I timed making a pallet-wood panel, 87 minutes and about $10 in glue. There's also a second toilet entering the story. But first... Morning! Here I am on a Monday, surrounded by the bones of unfinished projects. You know, sometimes where you wake up on a Monday and you bounce into the job and you think, oh, let's go, this is going to be fun, let's get some stuff done. And then other days, it's not like that at all. You just really don't want to. I'm having one of those days, but we'll persevere, we'll get some stuff done. I have some life admin to take care of today. There's a few things, one of which, if you've been following along for a while, you'll be interested in, is that I'm going to pick up a toilet for the bathroom. If you've been following along, you know we've been renovating the downstairs bathroom very slowly. The project is, shall we say, fiscally challenged at the moment. But we've got a toilet. We put that in there temporarily and an upgrade to family life, if you will. So that'll be really good. This guy needs sanding and painting, and as much as that's not great fun and I'm not feeling it on a Monday morning, I think I'm going to start there because another beautiful day seems to be on the way and I can sand it and then put it upstairs, paint it, and then go get the toilet, come back, do some of this stuff here. I think with this, I'm going to have a go at cutting some tapers on the legs. It's not something I've done before. And from a design point of view, it's probably not really ideal for this job because it's a companion for the planter box, and the planter box is very square, and I'm going to run some tapers, but it's all about the practice. It's all about the learning. So I feel that that's something I need to have a go at. So I'm going to do that, and that's probably all I'm going to get done for the day, to be honest. I don't have a heap of hours. So this sanded and painted once. This, the legs cut, needs pocket holes in these guys to connect the boards. That done, and maybe glue this together so it's ready for tomorrow when I'll come into the office bouncing and raring to go. Maybe, hopefully. All right, let's get into it. So that's as much as needs to be done. The objective is to not make it all shiny and polished. The objective is to make it smooth to the touch, but you still want to see that it's been repaired. It's basically, it's not trying to hide from the fact that it's made from Pallet-Wood. That's the point. In the old model, the corners were a problem, and yeah, I had to reinforce them with metal in some cases. But this one, because it's all, whoops, the daisy, that hurt. Because I've made the legs really chunky, I think it should stand up to the test of time on its own. Stand on its own 4 feet, if you will. So yeah, major upgrade. Pippi likes the old one. But I think, yeah, this design is a major upgrade. And now we need to paint it. Got our monocell gold exterior clear varnish in satin. Very good stuff. There you go. One coat on. Just get a nice thick coverage first go, and then tidy things up with a bit of a sand in between coats, and you're good to go. Let's head into town now, pick up that toilet. That's a job for another day. I think this little setup's okay. I don't want to do anything too fancy. So I've got my mitre gauge set at 8 degrees. I've got an L bracket that holds the piece. So the piece with a slot in there. This is obviously perpendicular to the mitre gauge. And I have a table saw blade. So I think we're good to cut. Wow, that all felt fairly safe and easy. I have tapered legs now. So it changes it a lot. It looks a lot less, it looks a lot smaller, I think, than it did when it just had square legs. Interesting. That was just an L clamped to a mitre gauge on an angle. So took off these little wedges. Alright, next thing we need to do is put some pocket holes in the stretchers so that we can attach the top from underneath, and then we're ready to glue it together, I think. So, pocket holes. Last but not least, spot of glue. So let's just bang them together. That's going to do for today. I like it, it's nice and stable. So the feet aren't rocking at all, which means everything's kind of lined up fairly well. Don't know how I feel about the tapered legs, but it is a thing that I have done. I'm pleased with that. And tomorrow I'll put a top on it and paint it. So that's it for today, I'm afraid. Well, no. Get back into it tomorrow. Another beautiful day in the bay. Don't know where this was during summer, but it's pretty nice now. On the agenda today is sand and paint this guy. Make a top for this guy. And I think make what I call level 1 panel for the outdoor pantry. I need material for the drawer bottoms. And I think in a previous video I did one where it was just boards glued together. So I'm essentially going to do that, but make a whole panel of it. That'll just about be enough for all of the bottoms in all of the drawers for that job, I think, from one panel. And I'll show you. I'm going to call it a level 1 panel. Quick and easy. Issue I might have is finding material. I will see. I have some in my roof. It might work. I need, obviously, some boards for the top of this and boards for this level 1 panel thing. I might have to break up some pallets, but we'll see. I'm trying to avoid that today. I'm not in a pallet breaking mood. But we'll see what happens. What to do first. Let's make that level 1 panel. I'm not spoiled for choice for the level 1 panels, but these guys, the bottoms on these pallets are the thinnest boards I have. I thought I'd get more out of that lot, but they use really long nails. Anyway, I'll get them out now. So, didn't get a lot of good stuff out of that, but I guess I wasn't expecting to. Quick run through the table saw. Apart from a few little nail holes, you could buy that as dressed timber. It's pretty amazing how quickly it changes from pallet wood to just wood. Another step closer. Let's That's all pretty nice now. I just do these vertical clamps up finger tight to start with, just to make sure it's fairly flat, and then we'll put the horizontal pressure on and we'll do them up pretty good and proper. There we go. In the morning, we'll have a 1.5 metre by 300mm, I don't know, 12, 16mm panel. The boards I found in the roof were not really appropriate for making the panels, but these guys are already planed up and ready to go and will be perfect for this. So I'll just tidy up the edges and then cross cut them to about the right length, and then we'll screw them on there. Got my glue, got my sticky tape. Let's make a panel. For those who haven't seen it before, I use this method to glue up panels like this because I only have one set of clamps that are big enough to do a panel like this, and they're so big and bulky they take up a heap of room in the shop. So plenty of glue. Oh, so I'll just pop that on the table with some weight on it and come back in an hour or two, trim it to final size. Now this guy should be dry enough to work on, so I'll just take the tape off and then we'll cut it to size, stick it on. Hope it's square. It's supposed to be 390, it's already 390, so I'll just trim the ends, make it 390 square, hopefully. It'll be square enough, and then I'll bung it on. Table saw. Well, I think that's come up very, very nicely indeed. I love it. Done. the planter box saga ends today. The 2 boxes themselves need to have a liner put in them. I think I've got enough. If I don't, I'll go get some more just so I can finish. The little guy needs to be sanded and given another coat, and that'll be that job done. Very pleased about that. And also on the agenda today, I'll get this level 1 panel out of clamps and go about making a level 2 panel. Let's get this guy out of the way, and then we'll line those boxes. Well, actually, I'll sand and paint first, I think, because the weather's a bit dodge. And we'll just make use of the fine weather before it goes away. So you can see this is a perfectly serviceable panel, but you can see how wide the boards are, and that's going to affect the stability of it over time. So really quick and easy to make. I get a nice board. It'll probably hold up pretty well, but yeah, I'll show you next level this afternoon. I'll give this guy quick sand with the 120 just to denib it, then another coat of paint, job's done. To line these guys, I've just got some garden weed mat. Have my handy dandy stapler to bang them in there. Not my favourite job, but that's all the pieces cut. And there she is. Now all we need to do, fill it with some dirt and some beautiful plants. There we have it, folks. The conclusion to the epic planter box saga. Last job of the week. I've got my L1 panel. I'm going to chop up these guys. So I've got four bits of pallet wood, and I'll chop them up into 12mm thick strips. I'm just going to fly through this on the table saw. Thought we'd stop for a little halftime show. I have 3 piles. They're all 12mm thick that way. So these guys are all the same thickness that way, but I have 3 different widths. So each width has to remain in its own strip in the pattern. I have one more step on the table saw where I'll run these guys through and make sure that they're all, this stack is one width, this stack is one width, and this stack is another width. So, but each stack is the same amongst themselves, if you will. That process to get to here took 25 minutes. Now our 3 stacks are a bit tidier, a bit more uniform. That step took 20 minutes. Back to the table saw, I'll put the crosscut blade back in and I'll trim the edges all nice and neat. Another 7 minutes there. Let's lay them out and then glue them together. Another 10 minutes to get the layout right. What I'm looking at is these butts, the butt joints. You just want to have them staggered all the way up the board. I also like to have the fatter boards on the outsides, because when you trim it down, those are the bits you're going to lose. You want to start with a nice full glue bottle, plenty of glue in it, and be liberal. And when you're gluing up a panel for a table, you don't need much. But in this case, where the boards are still pretty rough on the edges, plenty of glue, doesn't hurt. Squeeze out's fine. And that took another 25 minutes. And about, I reckon, at today's prices, $10 worth of glue. Out of that, I'll get a 1.5 metre by 300 millimetre 12mm slab. And the 12mm is arbitrary. I use 12mm for this because I'm making drawer boxes and I only want thin stock. I've made slabs up to 45mm thick, same way. And yeah, unfortunately, you're going to have to wait till next week to see what that one looks like. But it's pretty much the same as this, but with a lot more boards, because the boards are thinner. Really dimensionally secure and easy to work with. Cheers guys, that's it for me. I'll catch you all next week.